We got more clips from minicamp, and today we're going to be looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers and getting another look at Russell Wilson. We look at him every week. We look at the week's clips, and we're going to do that today. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're going hard in the paint. We're looking at the rookies every single day. We're looking at your favorite veterans from rookie camp, OTAs, minicamp, to training camp, everything in between. Click that button. Stop missing out on what your favorite players are doing behind the scenes. Soon, training camp will be going off. We'll be getting a lot more action from that as things heat up. Stop missing out. When training camp happens, you need to know what your players are doing. Russell Wilson here. We have 3 minutes of clips. The first 20 seconds or so are from recent practices. And then after that, I got all of them. Everything I could find from OTAs, voluntary workouts, to minicamp. It's all right here in this video, and we're going to cover it since minicamp is over with. Here we go. Minicamp ended yesterday. And we're still finishing up the clips from minicamp since there's so many players. You can't drop all the vids at once on YouTube or they'll like flag you for spam really and slow you down. So you got to incrementally bring them out. But you're seeing him pump the ball out there. Quick release. He's thick. He's wide. Look at him compared to Justin Fields. I've noted this in multiple videos. But again, Fields isn't light in the pants. He's a thick court. The ball gets out. That was humming. It's humming. He's got a gun on him. I don't think people talk about that anymore, about the gun on Russell Wilson. Former baseball player. Coming out pretty. A little Roman Wilson action. He's going to give this team that veteran presence, that leadership. He's definitely going to give this team that leadership. And with how this team is built, that's really what this team needs if you think about it. They need a quarterback that can spin it a little bit, that's got that leadership, that's got some moxie to him, that's cool and calm under pressure. They don't need a lot of flash. They just need a quarterback that is dangerous, that wants to keep things flowing, that wants to keep things going, that can keep things going. That's more than a manager, but not super flashy. That's really what you're getting out of Russell Wilson. The last few years at Denver wasn't going too good. Of course, we can all note that. But new beginnings here. We've got a good tenure at Seattle. You got George Pickens here. That ball came out humming. This guy is pushing it in these drills. He's not taking it lightly. And how do I know this? Is his balls are not coming out whimsical. They're coming out with intent. Because he knows he's got competition. And you think he's looking past Justin Fields. He's not. He's not. He's got some ego to him. I mean, you just read about him. He's got some ego to him. Which can be a bad thing, can also be a good thing. I mean, it's a bad thing when... It looks like a bad thing when things aren't working out. But could also be a good thing. That could push you when you got some push there from like a Justin Fields to be better. Honestly, I mean, he's got confidence due to that too. Believes in himself. So if you got something pushing in you, you're gonna push harder. The ball's coming out pretty good out of his hands. He's putting a lot of oomph in his passes. I mean, if you looked at the one with him besides Justin Fields just a few moments ago, if you looked at those balls, there's a little bit more arc on Fields'. And he just zipped his. He's putting everything he's got in this. This is a big preseason for him. This is a big off season. This is a big camp season for him. Honestly, because we're coming off a run in Denver where it wasn't looking so hot. If we don't hit here, what's the rest of our career going to be like? What's that going to be like? Like the paychecks ain't going to be as great. The opportunities ain't going to be as great. And if we hit here, we're going to get paid. We're going to get paid. We're going to be the opportunity to be the quarterback of the Steelers. So you know he's putting his heart and soul into this. If anything, what I'm gathering here, and we're watching all these quarterbacks, he's putting a lot of effort. And that's from a faraway look from here on a small sample. But it's also a different sample because we've looked at almost all the quarterbacks. Some quarterbacks we did not get clips on because the media just wasn't able to get the clips to showcase. But of all the quarterbacks that we're getting this extended coverage on, I mean, you just watch him. He's throwing lasers like every time. Like the shorter dump offs, they're not arky. They're not arky. They're not soft tossing. Even the ones with lighter, they're not soft tossing. He's taking this seriously. So he's giving a good old college try, which you would think all quarterbacks or all players in general do that. But every single rep has intent to it. And I understand. So you got the battle with him and Justin Fields. Which one do you like the most? Which one do you think you'll win? Those are two different answers for some folks. Like, I love Justin Fields. I also would like to see this team humming, too, because I'm a football fan in general. And I'm very interested in this quarterback battle, and I'll talk about it all day long if I have to, especially if they keep giving me clips to talk about. I think both these quarterbacks have a lot of upside. And as a football fan, when I look at the Steelers, I think they're in a win-win situation. They got this experiment here at a very reduced cost with two very good quarterback prospects. Two quarterbacks with a lot of potential still. With a lot of potential. They get to see this potential through. They get to look under the hood. Talent-wise, I mean, before the good Big Ben years, this is the best they've looked at. I mean, after or whatever. In between that span where things were not looking rosy. Let's just say that. Things are looking better, talent-wise. We just got to tap into it, and whichever quarterback can do that. Russ is working very hard to do that. I think Fields is giving you one or two things now. And this is a new perspective. I think Fields is either going to start tapping into his potential and hit for you guys, or he's pushing Russ to tap into his so he could hit. So I think Fields being here is a huge catalyst to what's going to come this season, either from Russ or from him. I think you guys are going to have something from one of these guys. I think Fields is a necessary dynamic to this team right now. From training camp, minicamp perspective going forward. Because he's either going to tap into his potential, and the Steelers got a good, young, long-term quarterback, or he's the catalyst of Russ tapping into his potential, getting back on track, and the Steelers get back on track at the quarterback position. Let me know what you think. I just came across that in my head just looking at this, because that's probably what's going on right now. There's at least going to be a very good attempt at that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.